Napoleon's decision to invade Russia in 1812 was a culmination of his grand ambitions and strategic calculations. Eager to extend his dominance over Europe, Napoleon saw Russia as a key obstacle and a potential ally turned adversary, but control over lucrative trade routes and the desire to undermine the power of his adversaries fueled his resolve. However, beneath the veneer of imperial glory lay the harsh reality of war. The campaign would test not only Napoleon's military prowess, but also the resilience of his armies and the limits of his empire. The Grand Army of 1812 was Napoleon's crowning achievement, a vast and formidable force comprising soldiers from across Europe. With hundreds of thousands marching under his banner, it was a symbol of his ambition and military might. Yet, as it ventured deeper into the heart of Russia, it faced immense challenges. Supply lines stretched thin, and the harsh Russian winter took its toll, testing the endurance of both soldiers and commanders alike. Napoleon's first defeat in Russia came at the bloody Battle of Borodino in September 1812. Despite inflicting heavy casualties on the Russian forces, Napoleon failed to secure a decisive victory. The brutal clash highlighted the resilience of the Russian army and foreshadowed the challenges that lay ahead for the French emperor in his ill-fated campaign. The battle would mark a turning point, revealing the harsh realities of warfare in the vast expanses of Russia.
The Siege of Riga was a crucial episode in Napoleon's Russian campaign. This Baltic port city held strategic importance, and its capture was essential for securing French supply lines. As French forces laid siege to the city, they faced formidable Russian defenses and fierce resistance. The siege showcased the determination of both sides, as they fought tooth and nail for control of this crucial stronghold.
The race to Smolensk was a frantic pursuit as both French and Russian forces raced to control this pivotal city on the road to Moscow. It was a race against time and each other, with the winner gaining a significant advantage in the unfolding conflict. The outcome of this race would shape the course of the campaign, determining the strategic balance of power in the region.
The Battle of Smolensk was a pivotal moment in Napoleon's campaign in Russia. Fought in August 1812, it was a fierce clash between Napoleon's Grand Army and Russian defenders. The city's strategic importance made it a fiercely contested battleground, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. The outcome of the battle would have far-reaching consequences, setting the stage for the subsequent events of the campaign.
The Battle of Lubino was a significant engagement during Napoleon's invasion of Russia. Fought in September 1812, it showcased the ferocity of the conflict as both sides fought for supremacy on the battlefield. The intense fighting and heavy casualties underscored the brutality of war in the vast Russian landscape. The outcome of this battle would have profound implications for the unfolding war, shaping the course of events in the months to come.
As Napoleon's forces pressed deeper into Russian territory, they encountered a new form of resistance to partisan war. Faced with overwhelming French military might, Russian civilians and irregular fighters adopted guerrilla tactics, striking at supply lines and disrupting communications. This marked the beginning of a brutal and relentless conflict, where the lines between combatant and civilian blurred, and every mile gained came at a steep cost.
The Battle of Shevardino Redoubt, fought on September 5, 1812, was a prelude to the larger Battle of Borodino. Positioned on the Russian left flank, the redoubt was fiercely contested by both French and Russian forces. Despite heavy casualties, neither side gained a decisive advantage, but the ferocity of the fighting foreshadowed the bloodshed that would soon engulf the battlefield.
The Battle of Borodino, fought on September 7, 1812, was the largest and bloodiest single-day battle of the Napoleonic Wars. With hundreds of thousands of troops engaged, the fields of Borodino became a scene of unimaginable carnage. But despite inflicting heavy losses on the Russian army, Napoleon's failure to achieve a decisive victory marked a turning point in the campaign, sowing the seeds of his eventual defeat.
After months of grueling campaigning, Napoleon's forces finally reached Moscow, the crown jewel of Russia. Yet, instead of a triumphant victory, they found a deserted city in flames. The Russian strategy of scorched earth had denied Napoleon the decisive battle he sought, leaving him with a hollow victory and a city in ruins.
As winter closed in and supplies dwindled, Napoleon's grand campaign began to unravel. Cut off from reinforcements and facing relentless Russian attacks, his army teetered on the brink of collapse. The once mighty Grand Army was now a shadow of its former self, its morale shattered, and its ranks decimated.
In the depths of the Russian winter, Napoleon made the fateful decision to retreat from Moscow. What began as a strategic withdrawal soon devolved into a desperate struggle for survival. Harassed by Russian forces and ravaged by cold and hunger, Napoleon's army suffered catastrophic losses on the long march westward. The retreat from Moscow would go down in history as one of the greatest military disasters of all time, sealing Napoleon's fate and marking the beginning of the end of his empire.